Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is the last video in the series of the Narcissists and their future faking. If you haven't seen the other videos, go and check those ones out. Future faking is when someone will promise you something in the future to get their needs met in the present. Because it's something they're promising you in the future, you can't call them out on this being a lie, because genuine people will promise you something in the future and then they will deliver on that promise. You will promise something in the future with someone and deliver on that promise. When you say to someone, yes, we'll go out on Friday, you do your best to stick to your word. A narcissist will do their best to blame you and deceive you. So they future fake with you to give you that false hope of something so they can get what they want out of you in that present moment, and then the future they either claim they never said that, they will deny all knowledge, they will find a way to blame you so they don't have to feel guilty for letting you down. So just how do you handle future faking? How do you handle it in the present, and how do you handle it when you meet people in the future? Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about the narcissist personality disorder, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with in your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you overcome narcissistic abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. So when it comes to meeting people in the future, one of the best things you can do is take things slow. Narcissistic people get to know all about you. They mirror you. They sell you your dreams and they sell them as though they want the same things as you. So when they break these promises on you, when you create an ideal together of what your future will be like together, and within genuine relationships those ideals don't always work out how you would have both liked them to work out, but people who are willing to communicate will work it out together and work it through together. People who are looking to manipulate, they didn't want these things in the first place, they just sold them to you to get their needs met. So it gives you that false hope. It also gives you those feelings of guilt, like you're letting them down if you walk out on them. So when meeting new people, take things slow. Get to know people for who they genuinely are and not who they sell themselves to be. On those first few dates, most of us can put our best face out there to try and impress another person. A narcissist will put your personality on to try and impress you. So just take things slow and get to know people for who they are. Lower your expectations. By lowering your expectations, you're going to be less frustrated when people let you down. Your emotions are going to be less involved when people let you down because you've lowered your expectations. And you do have to be careful with this, because a narcissist is trying to lower your expectations so that you don't expect as much from them. But when it comes to lowering your expectations, it's not the narcissist that's lowering your expectations for you so you don't expect as much from them. It's you lowering your expectations of other people so you're no longer feeling frustrated, while raising your standards of behaviour you will and will not accept from other people. A narcissist will not only lower your expectations, they'll also lower your standards. They'll get you thinking that you don't deserve any better so that they don't have to treat you any better. And you have to raise your standards of knowing how you deserve to be treated so that you will no longer put up with people who don't know how to treat you right. Lower your expectations, raise your standards, and walk away from those who don't meet your standards. And it doesn't matter what they say to try and bring you down. That's what they're trying to do, bring you down. Keep your standards high and your expectations low, so you find it easier to walk away from those who forever let you down and forever break promises on you. Stay in your reality. Don't let people gaslight you into believing something that isn't real. Stay in your truth. You don't have to take part in every argument you're invited to. So if they're fighting for their points, let them have their reality and stick to your own. When you don't go around making promises and breaking promises, don't accept that behaviour from others. Remember that actions speak louder than words. Narcissistic people are very good at putting on that charismatic charm or that victim vulnerability, fragile play to get their own way. With a narcissist, more often than not, they are all talk. You do have to be careful around those who lack empathy. However, remember, actions speak louder than words. So observe how they behave, observe what they do and not what they say. So if they promise something to you that you would both like and you promise it to them because you both like it, and then they keep letting you down, their words say one thing, their actions say another thing. You, because you've promised them something, might keep trying because you want to achieve that with them. Your actions are saying that you meant what you said, so you're trying to achieve it with them. However, they didn't mean what they said. Therefore, you need to break free from them. Holding yourself accountable in the right way. We can often find ourselves holding ourselves accountable to the promises we make to narcissistic people, believing they want them things too when they're breaking promises on us. When what we have to do is recognise that they're breaking those promises on us because they didn't actually want those things. They were just selling those things to us to get their own way. Therefore, we are then allowed to move safely away from them. When it comes to blame, a lot of people go for blame because it's an easier emotion to deal with than it is to deal with feelings of guilt. So a narcissist will go around blaming all others rather than feeling guilty for letting people down, rather than feeling ashamed of their behaviour. Survivors and victims of narcissistic people will often end up blaming themselves, not only from the narcissist gaslighting and projection, but also because when they're blaming themselves, they're holding themselves accountable and not having to feel guilty or ashamed for believing in the wrong person, for trusting in the wrong person. So they end up blaming themselves, and it's very easy for someone who wants to pass the blame over to someone who's willing to take the blame. And at some point you have to pass responsibility back to the rightful owner. And sometimes you have to take that blame, and not directly to a narcissist because they're not going to listen to you, but you have to pass the blame back to the rightful owner and say, no, you promised this. You failed to deliver. That's on your head. What I do with that information is on my head now. I didn't know any better at that time, but I do now. So therefore, I'm not going to trust you the next time you make a promise. I'm going to lower my expectations of what to expect from you, and I'm going to raise my standards and slowly distance myself away from you. Use the emotions of blame in the right way. Narcissists get you feeling that frustrated, that angry, that you end up reacting to them so that they can blame you. Use that frustration the right way. Use that to recognise that being around this person leaves you full of frustration, full of anger, full of resentment. And hold yourself accountable in the right way of, I don't like feeling like this. Being around you makes me feel like this. Therefore, I need to distance myself from you. However you do that is on you. You just have to safely distance yourself from narcissistic people. People who break promises on you. That's on them, not you. That's who they are as a person. Yes, we have to hold ourselves accountable for our behaviour. If other people aren't willing to hold themselves accountable for their own, they're not the kinds of people you want to associate yourself with. Recognise those that keep breaking promises. Recognise those that keep covering up those broken promises with lies and deceit and blame and shame. And remember, there's no wrong way or right way to live your life with good intentions. There is only your way. If anyone has any thoughts on this video or how they handled the narcissist future faking, please add those into the comments for those reading through. Thank you very much for listening. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.